So I was thinking of doing something fun and ranty about, Ukraine and like shoulda, woulda, couldas and news reporting and COVID and all that fun jazz. But I was having a sort of a discussion with Tyler over at Red, it's been a long day, Orange River Productions, if you haven't checked out his channel. And one of the things I brought up is if Russia does invade Ukraine, and folks, it's serious, okay? If you don't think it's serious, I'm sorry, it is serious. He has over 200,000 troops on the Ukrainian border. Sweden is basically, I think, telephoning the fact that they're probably going to join NATO, I would even wager reluctantly. Because the news reports I've seen have been that Sweden's putting good chunks of its military on alert, so I've heard that there was like a political divide on that, but I have to wonder how long that's going to last before the opposition just puts their hands up and say, we're not huge NATO fans, but if it means faster reinforcements, so be it. So back to the main topic. It's serious. And I basically ask a question. How will this affect Star Trek storylines? Because if you know your canon, obviously World War III started in 2053, and darkly, if this turns into conventional World War III, I'm of the opinion they're going to do a retcon of some sort. And that's fairly obvious. They're just going to say, oh, World War III started in 2021, 2022, but the big nuclear war started in 2053. And that one's, in my mind, fairly a mundane retcon, a bit of a head-scratcher, but theoretically solves a few issues, ironically enough. But I brought up, or he brought up, I don't actually remember who, but the idea that this could actually affect storylines. Like, I could see war stories in Star Trek possibly becoming maybe unpopular or more, more subdued. Because, first things first, when the original series was happening, Vietnam, yes, a lot of service members from the United States, Australia, New Zealand, South Vietnam, and yes, North Vietnam and their allies perished in that war, but it was hardly... I don't think anybody thought it was going to blow up into World War III other than hypothetical scenarios. This is a little different, just put it mildly. So that's just basically the question I'm asking myself is how is this going to affect my favorite TV show? It's kind of an odd question, but... And my basic fan theory, for lack of better terms, is probably they're going to tone down the war angle. You're probably going to see a return to maybe more of the, quote, Roddenberry vision, pieces the way. Or, like what they've done a little bit on Lower Decks, actually just be very sly about it. Like, no, this is Starfleet being Starfleet, non-lethal option whenever, even if it, gets a bit more complicated. I know this really isn't a pleasant conversation to have with yourself, but I have a bad feeling it's going to be happening soon, particularly if you're trying to write a Star Trek episode. Well, I'm going to go pick up something quick, and you folks have a good one.